Hey, shalom, shalom. Want to say Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakach Dash. Double honor to the apostles who has a quantum of great millstone and mean well. Shalom to the sincere brethren. I came out there across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and proclaiming the downfall of Esau Edom, the so-called white man and his wicked empire. So here it is, we back out there in 2026, January 2026. Lord's will, Yahweh Shai, our great King, return this year. But nonetheless, we're another year, another month, another day, another week closer to the return of Yahweh Shai, which means what? The kingdom to Israel. The kingdom to the elect of the children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right. This is Second Ezra's 9 and 3.
Which we see what's going on with over there in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with uproars and people, even here in New York. They had protests over ICE shooting that, killing that lady over there in Minnesota. But this is nonetheless an encore of all the things, and it's only going to increase in these last days and times as political, racial, class animosity goes through the door, man. Hey, even in Venezuela right now, which the news ain't going to show you, they're holding all type of protests over what the U.S. did with Maduro, man. They captured Maduro, but guess what? There's a lot of people in Venezuela, millions of people that ain't fucking with that. Venezuela, Colombia, you know what I mean? You're even here in Babylon, man, that anti-war protesters. So all of this is different happenings in the earth, man, putting people in the spirit of what? Uproars, civil disobedience, so on and so forth, right?
All right. This is Second Ezra's 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Earthquakes, man. I know brothers have different accents. They always talk about what? Earthquakes going on all across the world, man. Throughout the four corners of the globe, you have earthquakes of great magnitudes, man. And what is the uproars of the people? Which that's what I was just speaking about. The different protests and civil disobedience that's happening not only here in America, but throughout the earth, man.
It's like I got a little sidetrack. Them co-workers calling me and shit.
Okay.
They ain't me wrong, but they don't know what I'm doing right now.
It's all good.
Second Ezra's 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
That's what we're seeing.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
And Yahweh Shai spoke about the same things in Matthew the 24th chapter, man. Uproars of the people, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Which is the time that we nation against nation really means the different racial animosities, man. Kingdom against kingdom, these different kingdoms like America, NATO and EU versus Russia versus China, so on and so forth. And we saw a prelude of that with the US going into Venezuela, man. You understand? Of which these things are only going to increase in preparation for the Third World War that the book of Revelation distinctly talks about, man. The second war passed, behold, the third war coming quickly. That's the time we're in, the time of the third war, the time of the Third World War.
Yeah, this is Matthew 24, verses 6 and 7. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
God, you shall have wars and rumors of wars, and that's all you see, man. You can actually look up different maps, conflict zones, that shows you the different conflict zones throughout the world, man. Different maps that show you different wars and conflict zones going on throughout the world, and it's lit up, man. You understand? And it increases day by day. And that's what this place is going to become a main conflict zone, man. The main conflict zone, man, with the political, racial, class unrest that's coming to the shores of Babylon the Great, man. Understand?
Yeah, I'm going to get that for you, and then I got something else.
Bring it out.
And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
See, we not troubled, man. We not all bent on the shit about what happened in Venezuela. We not all bent on the shit about what's going on in Ukraine. Matter of fact, we expect it. We embrace it. We look for it, man. We look for these different conflicts happening, even with Israel and Iran, man. That's really our main conflict. That's according to the prophecies, man. The least of the flock. You Understand? So we understand these things must come to pass and will happen. Man. So we look for these things to happen. Understand? And we're not naive, or we're not perplexed by these things. We understand, like, yeah, this has to happen in order for end to come, like Yahweh Shai said. Right?
Yeah. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet, man. Because we don't know for the end to be there, or if the chip have to be mandated. Man. Ultimately, the missiles have to fly. Yeah. You understand? So we understand that's really the cherry on top, man. Yeah. For the end, for the year. This is the it, man. Salvation, man. You understand? But these things are the labor pains leading up to salvation, man. And it's only going to increase more and more in 2026, man. What?
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
That nation against nation, which that really goes into the different racial groups, racial conflicts, because that's really a nation. A nation is a race. Kingdom against kingdom is these different empires, man. What you have the American Empire, which is basically NATO and the EU, going up against Russia, China, so on and so forth. But even within the NATO Empire, which is according to prophecy, you see what? They're fighting against each other. America want to take Greenland. Greenland belongs to Denmark. You understand? And that goes into what? The 10 bones in the home. You understand? And we understand. See, the Bible gives us a blueprint of everything that's going on geopolitically. It lets us to not be in darkness like the rest of these people, man. Because they don't know what the fuck is going on.
Like America got in the Ukraine business, right? America, the Venezuela thing, right? So that's 2 times America intervened with Russia, right?
Yeah, more than that, yeah.
And then this fucked up China too, right?
Oh, hell yeah, because China gets mad oil from Venezuela. Hey, the day before Maduro, I think it was either the same or the day before, there was a Chinese delegation in Caracas, Venezuela, man. You understand? So it's really setting the stage for the ultimate global clash of empires, man. Yeah. And guess what? China want to take Taiwan. So what are they going to say now? Well, you did what you did in Venezuela. So guess what? We're going to do what we have to do in Taiwan. We're going to take Taiwan. And what? America is back in Taiwan, so we're going to see what America do there. So hey, it's all setting up the stage for the Third World War, which is a beautiful thing according to our biblical prophecy, man. Because we tired of this place, man. I was talking to the elder before the camp, man. Hey, man, this is the same bullshit, man. 2026, this shit is just an extension of the bullshit from 2025. It ain't nothing new about this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a mad, demonic, oppressive spirit here in Babylon, man. An overwhelming spirit that we wanna be lifted out of this place, man. You understand? Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Yeah, exactly. So pestilences, different diseases. What was the big thing? The C-19. That was a big global pandemic. It was just like a what? A prelude of what's to come. Like they're gonna unleash different pestilences in these last days and times, man. What they call biological warfare. They did it with the Native Americans. And we know what history repeats itself. So guess what? It's gonna happen again, man. So bank on that.
All of these are the beginning of sorrows.
The beginning of sorrows. Hard times, man. Perilous times. As scriptures tell you, in the last days, what? Perilous times shall come. What is that? 2 Timothy 3. So in the last days, perilous times shall come. All right. So perilous meaning imminent danger. Danger. We in the times of what? Imminent danger. Yeah. That's why we're trying to warn you hard-headed Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But we understand only an elect remnant ultimately is going to get it. The elect is going to get it. The rest will what? Blinded, man. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let's wait for this.
You good?
Clip off. All right. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
So in the last days, man. Anybody with a sense of any type of spiritual understanding, knowledge of the scriptures, will know that this is the last days, man. Understand? Perilous times, times of imminent danger, man. So how are you going to escape that imminent danger if you're an Israelite? And you have to be you have to be with the Lord, man. Ezekiel 9:4. You have to have that mark of exemption. The Lord have to be with you for you to escape these days of imminent danger, man. And that's what we do. We cover it our ass, man. We heard the truth, man. You know what I mean? Different brothers might have been a decade ago, 2 decades ago, whatever. And we immediately failed, man, and try to get right with the Lord. But hey, you people, man, hey, the most of you, man, is all lost in the sauce, man. But nonetheless, if you have the elect, you're gonna get it.
I'm gonna read one more scripture, then I got something.
Con.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Con, that's the typical American, man. The typical American, whether they be a Native American or whether they be an Edomite, Ishmaelite, whatever, man. Right?
All right, this is Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run up into it and is safe.
So that's why you push the name of the Lord so much, man. You start off every lesson by saying what? All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Join that name because it really is for the Lord's name's sake. We're going to be saved in these last days and times. And the Lord tell us that, man. He said, yo, for my name's sake that you polluted amongst the heathen, I'm going to save you, man. Because the Lord has to rectify that, man. He has to rectify, because the Lord put his name upon us in the tribe of Judah, Yahweh. The name put his name upon us, man. And what? We've been downtrodden by these heathen, man. So how that going to look if we stay in that position, man? So now the Lord have to rectify that because we is his people, man. He put his name upon us, so the Lord have to rectify that and what? Save us, man. For his name's sake, that his name may be purified and exalted throughout the four corners of the earth, man. What?
Yeah, that's the true stand. That's the true stand. The Lord put his name upon us, yeah? Mm-hmm. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1 and then verse 8. Because it was something that was getting to the time we were in. I said months, some minutes ago. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right?
So everything there's a season and a time and a purpose under heaven. I'm going to season of what? Great judgment, great destruction, you know what I mean? Great salvation. You understand? Yeah. But even like how the apostles point this here, we have apostates and sellouts, man. A lot of men is going to fall in these last days and times. And that's a scary thing in and of itself, man. Like, yo, we seeing that time and time again, and it's only going to intensify. The Lord's will aid. The Lord keep his spirit upon us and endure even on to the very end, man.
Yeah.
Understand? Because this thing is about enduring on to the end. Enduring past what? The hour of temptation, man. You understand? But even now, so, man, before that, you're going to have men falling by the wayside, man. Even great men. You understand? Falling by the wayside, man.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's a scary thing, man. What?
All right. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
And a time of love and a time to hate. We're not in the time of love. We're in the time of hate, time of war, time of pestilence, time of great destruction, man. That we're trying to forewarn the hard-headed Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans about. But are you going to hear? No, the most of you guys going to forbear. And that's going to be your ass in these last days and times, man. You understand?
It's Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
So basically, coming on the word, man. Where brothers ain't going to be out there on the highways and the byways pushing this word, man. And that's steadily approaching, man. Because in the time of martial law, in the time of great upheavals, in the time when, like brothers love to say, when all hell break loose, you're not going to be on the highways and the byways, man. And that's sooner than when you believe, man. And that's when the majority of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're going to be looking and searching, trying to get right, trying to talk to, trying to get with the men of the Lord. But guess what? It's going to be too late for the majority of you. You're going to be asked out. You understand? You got to get it. Seek ye the Lord early, man. When the destruction is don't come in, then seek ye the Lord early, man.
This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishes, saith the Lord.
And that's what we do. We fishing men, man, through this power and the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We fishing the hopeful elect, man. That's how we were brought in, man. You know what I mean? From the apostles, our elders on down, that's how we were brought in, man. To the men out there in the highways and the byways pushing the truth. Whether we came across them in person, came across them on the YouTube. Nonetheless, we were fishing, man. Go ahead.
Yep. Behold, I will send for many fishes, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
So there you have it, man. Hunting season, man. The Lord is going to give his men them powers, man. And we're going to take out the wicked jakes. And we're going to also hunt down your heathens, man. Starting with the elites of Esau, Edom, man. Understand? That's going to be basically really after the nuclear destruction. Understand? This is fishing season. And the destruction is coming, and then boom, hunting season, man. But guess what? It's going to be some hunting season on this side too, man. Because brothers going to get spiritual power on this side too. Before the nuclear destruction. You understand? So it's going to be like pre-season of hunting. And then really once the dust settles, then it's hunting on you wicked jakes across the earth, taking you out, cleaning the earth, and then shackles and chains for you heathens, man. Starting with the elites of Esau, Edom. What? This is
Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Speaking about the children of Israel. So we the Lord's battle axe and weapons of war. The Lord is going to use us to impose judgment upon the earth, man. To impose judgment upon you heathens, man. The Lord is going to use us, man. And it's going to be our honor. It's going to be a great honor to do so, man. It's going to be our pleasure, man. Our great, distinct pleasure to do the Lord's will, man. To do our Father's will, man. Because it's our great pleasure to fish right now. It's our great pleasure. Hey, how much more with the exciting part, man?
Yeah.
Hunting, man. You know what I mean? How much more? Well,
Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
And so with us, man, the Lord is going to inflict great judgment, great pains, great sorrows upon you heathen nation. And we're going to love it, man. Any Negro, Latino, or Native American in their right mind, they're supposed to pray for these things. They're supposed to want these things, man. You don't belong praying for the continuation of America. You belong praying for the destruction of America. You belong praying so that you have servants. Psalms 2:8. You belong praying for that to come to pass, man. You understand? You belong praying to be on top, man. You belong praying to be back in your rightful position as the aristocrats, man. You belong praying for power over your enemies, man. For the fall of your enemies, man. You belong in the spirit of David, man. In the book of Psalms, man. What?
This is Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. I was letting that noise pass. A man that have joy of his children.
A man that have joy of his children, which you don't have that here.
Yep.
Your son or your daughter will come home and say, "Man, I think if he's a son, you think he's a girl. If he's a girl, you think she's a boy." Or they can come home and your son come home with a boyfriend, and your daughter come home with a girlfriend. All type of madness, you know? You understand? They could call the cops on you. They could be rebellious. They could be demons. Your daughter could be a whore. Your son could be a drug dealer, demon. And you really can't do nothing about it, man. They don't have to abide in the word. They could do what the hell they want to do, man. And Esau allows it, man. So we don't have no full enjoyment of our children here, man. Or their mother, which in many cases, the baby moms or your wife, y'all could break up or whatever, and take the kids, weaponize them against you, turn them against you, make your life a living hell, man, because of your kids, man, because of your children. So it ain't no full enjoyment of your kids here in Babylon the Great, for many, many, many different reasons, man.
Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
So this is the spirit that you Jakes belongs in, man. To see the fall of your enemies, man. You know what I mean? To see the great fall. Who is your enemies? Who's your Negro's enemies? Do you know? So-called white man, man. so-called Arabs, man. So-called indigenous Africans, the Chinese and Japanese, man. Those are your enemies, man. You understand? You be now wishing to see their downfall, man. You be now praying on their downfall, man. You don't be now praying on another black man's downfall. You don't be now praying on the Puerto Ricans or the Mexicans' downfall. No, you be now praying on your real enemy's downfall, which a lot of you niggas don't even know. You understand? A lot of you think that your enemy is a nigga from another block, man. Is a Jake from another block, or a Puerto Rican from another block, or a Mexican from another block, man. So on and so forth, man. Which is totally bugged out.
Yeah.
But that's that we've been destroyed through slavery, genocide, so on and so forth. But ultimately, that's the curses. But we here to uplift, take that off.
That's what make me grind or grit my teeth, because you used to walk in the neighborhood, minding your business. You might be going to the store, and niggas will look at you with a funny look. But here they playing with the heathens in the store.
Yeah.
They playing with the heathens in the store. Tongue twisted. Ishmael fucking the women of their nation. You know what I mean? For crumbs and shit.
Yep.
Eggs, milk, cheese, grits, on credit. You know what I mean? But then the same female will come around and call dudes some brokies and shit. But that's another thing. That's the curse.
That's the curse.
But yeah.
Proving that we are those people, man. We are definitely the children of Israel, as unto us pertaining the curse of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. All the prophecies that are pertaining to the Israelites, that's us, man. It's plain to see. Even Stevie Wonder can see.
Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
Because eventually, really soon, a devil like Donald Trump, he's probably the man to do that. Hey, he's going to come in with this martial law, man. You know what I mean? And then there's going to be a great persecution upon those that fear the Lord, the men of the Lord, man. Especially upon the prophets, man. And in that day, the Lord is going to have to be with us, man. Certain men is going to what? Get that spiritual power, man. And then that SP to defend themselves and defend other brothers, man. So that's going to happen, man. And we wholeheartedly believe that. It's just a matter of time. It's guaranteed that there's going to be great persecution, like Ezra says, great persecution upon those that fear the Lord. Even be ye as what? Pilgrims upon the earth, man. Moving around, okay? You understand? So, hey, these are times that we're living in. But ultimately, don't worry yourself too much, man. You understand it, we know it. Ultimately, the Lord is going to guide us, man. The Lord is going to be with us, man. The Lord is going to direct us. So really, you don't have to worry and try to like, oh shit, what am I doing? No, man. The Lord is ultimately going to guide you, protect you, and show you upon the righteous path. And as we go, in our righteous path in that day, man. You understand?
You mentioned Trump and you mentioned New World Order, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys actually want us to explain?
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
God, this is going into America, man. Two horns as a lamb goes into what? Democrats and Republicans. Democrats and Republicans. He spoke like a lamb, man. We saw that up on TV, and them politicians, man, was like, oh shit, that suit and tie, and rock you to sleep, man.
And he spake as a dragon.
Spake as a dragon, man. What did he do across the world with his military, man? Fucking shit up, man. What they just did in Venezuela, they ran in and fucked shit up, man.
And the draconian law.
Yep, draconian laws, yep. Yep. And which is going to be amplified in what? These last days and times when great persecution upon the men that fear the Lord. And believe it, they're going to use the U.S. military here, man. Which they already kind of did. Recently, Trump just allowed the Marines, sent the Marines to L.A. You understand? So the president had already been set, man. The precedent for the U.S. military to be used upon the shores of America against American citizens have already been set. Which that really goes back even to the 60s with the whole civil rights movement, man. They had the American military troops, I think it was in Chicago. You understand? It was in Kent State. So it's already been set. It's just going to manifest on the worst level in these last days and times, man. When all hell break loose.
Yeah.
Con, when all hell break loose, man. Which we to the power and spirit of the Lord, we prepared for it to the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. As we're not doing anything carnally per se, stacking up on this, stacking up on guns, doing it. No, we trust in the Lord. We building up our spiritual bank account, man. You know what I mean? That's why we out here midweek, Saturdays doing videos, you know what I mean? Being charitable, being brotherly. Because we know that's the way that you're gonna escape the shit that's to come.
We meeting up with the brotherhood doing shows.
Yes.
And I lost my train of thought. We basically staying out the way, meaning the world. We staying out the way. We're using it, but we staying out the way.
Our first priority, our first love is serving the Lord.
Yeah.
Building up our spiritual bank account. Store up your treasures in heaven where moth and rust do is not corrupt. It's not because, hey, if you have money on this side, that shit gonna be done away with pretty soon, man.
I seen family dip out the door when we started to preach because it seemed like they got hot coal in their pants. You know what I mean? The word going out. You know what I mean? And all the brothers is doing is speaking about judgment about to take place. You know what I mean? You know? All right. But yeah, whenever you want me to bring
Yeah, you bring it on.
this is Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
God, so fear none of those things that thou shalt suffer, man. Ultimately, the Lord have to put that spirit upon you, man, because we in the flesh, man. So we're weak. But all of these things that you're doing right now is building you up for that time, man.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Lord find favor on you, you finally recognize those times. You're going to be good, man. You don't have that spirit of fearing none of those things, man. What?
Yeah, yep. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death.
John, so that tribulation, man, that cast some of you into prison, that you have tribulation 10 days, that goes into what? That's part of the hour of temptation, basically, man. And that goes into what? Esau's different concentration camp, prison camps that he already have set up for these last days and times, man. That you have tribulation 10 days, whatever amount of days that the Lord deemed for you to have that tribulation.
Yeah. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Now, so be faithful unto death, man. So, hey, if it means, yo, like you're gonna take this ship or die, choose death, man. You're gonna denounce Yahweh Hashem Yahushai or die. Die, man. Ultimately, the Lord have to, be martyred. I mean, that's the right, man.
That's why we study these scriptures, we keep reading them, and we visualize. You know what I mean? So when the time comes, we've been prepping. The Lord been prepping us.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta look in the camera. The Lord been prepping us.
God,
You know?
the Lord, hey, this is practice season. This is rehearsal season. Ultimately, practice what makes perfect. And that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's perfecting us through all the trials and tribulations that we're going through, man. Through us building up each other, man. Iron sharpening iron. Being amongst each other, building each other, pushing each other, you understand? So on and so forth. The Lord is building us up, man.
This is let me see. Let me go to I got you. This is Ecclesiastes. Make sure I'm on it right. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 2 and 4 to verse 5. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
So really, you know, I was thinking cheerfully. Yeah, in the flesh you get upset. Fuck, my car got a flat tire, man. Fuck, I missed the bus. But really, it's always to what you have about Shem Yahweh Shai. Because things could be worse, man. Things could be far worse. And ultimately, you know what's the real way things could be far worse? You could be out back in the world, man. Fuck a car, fuck a woman.
I'm laughing because not you, I'm laughing. I was jammed up and I was sending messages throughout the archive just to keep things flowing because I'm like, yo, I'm still come out. I got to get the message and just wait to see him for camp.
Okay. Yeah, because hey, things could be a lot worse, man. Ultimately, the worst things could be is that you could be back in the world, man.
Yeah.
You could be all the truth, man. So really, all the shit that you go through, yeah, we know in the flesh, so it gets you upset. Fuck, man. Fuck. But ultimately, once you have the truth, once you're still in the truth, once you're still calling Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, once you're still able to come out, once you're still in the spirit, hey man, that's all that really counts, man. Everything else is whatever, man. You know what I mean? But once you're serving the Lord in truth and sincerity, you're still in the truth, you're still in the body. You know what I mean? You still have the spirit of the Lord upon you. In truth, because you know we have certain niggas that fell out, but they still thinking in the truth. Nah, you're doing the works, you're doing something to forward the truth.
Yeah.
You're still doing your videos, so on and so forth. You know you're in the truth, and that's all that counts, man. You understand? Because the smooth sailing gonna really come in the kingdom, man. The perfection, that's gonna come in the kingdom, man, where every day gonna be a good day, man.
Yeah.
Get an Ice Cube song, today was a good day. Every day gonna be a good day, man. Because really ain't no good days on this side because we still in captivity, man.
We got work for it. We got work for that reward.
God, I don't care what it is. It ain't no good days on this side, man. Really and truly when you check it out.
Would you cherish anything you have if you didn't work for it, really? It ain't gonna have the same value, right?
Exactly. That's
it ain't gonna have the same, you know?
Yeah, that's what the Lord have us going through what we're going through, man. So we value Romans 8 and 17 tells you about that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna appreciate it more.
Yeah, hell yeah, you're like, oh, should I really work for this?
Yeah.
Man? What do you think them niggas, they win the NBA championship and NFL Super Bowl, they be crying and shit because they put their body through all that turmoil, that practice, that hell, that conditioning, and it so-called paid off, man. Paul speaks about that. They do for corruptible crown, man.
Yeah.
Floyd, Mayweather, all these different boxers, all that training, sparring, basically putting their life on the line. Basically, yeah, they putting their life on the line. How much more us, man? We doing this for something incorruptible. Something that's forever. Something that's legendary beyond imagination.
We're gonna, you know how like in the ancient world you have the court, everybody that was like near the king's inner circle, like court. We want to be in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's court. We want that. We want to be up at the hierarchy, man.
In a circle, yep.
Yeah, we're ambitious. Lord, when we the elect, the elect is ambitious more than anyone on the planet. You know what I mean? You know? So yeah, on this side we'll be bummites, if that's the word.
That's all bullshit too. Brothers ain't bummites. Brothers doing better than most of you niggas out there, man.
Yeah.
They say you grimy ass niggas scoffers and scorners talking shit.
Yeah.
Because the Lord take care of this, man. But just that we understand that no matter, even if you have $1 million in the bank, man, that don't mean shit, man.
If I got 10 million, I'm still a bum.
Yeah.
That's not money.
Well, you see, we understand that. But that's how low of a level that niggas is on, man.
That's not fuck you money.
They come into a little 500K or something. You can't tell them shit. But we understand, like, that ain't shit, man. First of all, that's a white man's money. Who name on that money, man?
Yeah.
And I stand the white man could freeze your bank account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The white man could confiscate all this. So we understand.
That's not fuck you
shit.
money. And real estate is a transfer of airspace, if you didn't know. You know what I mean? It's really going with air rights and airspace. But they're going to say we don't know who we're talking about, so okay.
Because we understand that the white man is in power, man. And once he's in power, no matter what you have as a jig, you still don't have shit yet because you don't have no power. So we understand that. That's why we want to get salvation. You can't give us nothing on this side that's going to get us to forego us wanting to receive salvation. Because we understand it's all bullshit, man. It's all vanity. It's all under the control of the so-called white man.
Yep. So Ecclesiastes 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Constantly, hell like you catching the trials and tribulation, just be patient, man. You understand? Because hey, ultimately the Lord is gonna get you back right, man. Don't even worry about it. Because like I said, the worst case scenario is you being out of this truth, man. So once that's not the case, don't worry about it, man. I mean, easier said than done, of course, because we're in the flesh. But ultimately, just remember that, man. Something to keep you going, man. It's like, yo, we still have Yahweh Shai, man. Still in the truth, man. So, shit. We still have the promise of salvation, so. Yeah, this shit I'm going through, this too shall pass, man. I'm gonna get through this shit. But the most important thing is that I still on the good side of the Lord, serving the Lord.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Now, so you're gonna have to go through shit, man. Like Ella was saying earlier, yo, that's how we're gonna appreciate the kingdom, the perfection even more, because we're gonna remember when we wasn't perfect. We're going to remember when shit was going wrong, when we was catching hell.
Oh, okay.
We're going to remember slavery in Babylon the Great, man. Remember these things, man. I'm like, fuck, man. Woo! So what are y'all about Shem Yahweh Shai? Times a million, man. Because we're going to remember these things. In Romans 8 and 17 goes into that. It's like, yo, really we're going to be like, yo, we should have catch more hell, man.
Yeah.
For the kingdom, man. We should have gone through more shit. We should have been jacked up more for the great price that we're going to receive, man.
Yeah.
That's the spirit really we're going to be in the kingdom, man.
Hell yeah. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
God, so when you up, man, hey, you're not worrying about the bad times, man. You up, you good, man. You feeling good, man. You understand? You know, that's why they say in the world, oh, you change, man. But really, you're in the spirit of prosperity. Because even in the kingdom, yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna remember this side, but it's really gonna be like a fading memory, really, man. You understand? Because Job tell you that it's gonna be like a fading memory, like a dream.
Yeah.
You understand? We're gonna still remember it a little, like somewhat, but then as time go on, it's gonna be like, yo, we're gonna be in 100% righteous prosperity, so we're gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
But even on this side, you see that you come up a little bit, you're not really thinking about the bad times. You good, man. You Gucci, man. Right?
Yeah. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. In the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
Can't say when you catch it hell, man. You're not thinking about the good old times. You're thinking about, fuck, man. How can I get out of this shit, man? You hurt. You jacked up, man. But that's just the dynamics of prosperity versus affliction, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is. When you're in that shit at the moment, it's like, you're only thinking about it, like, fuck. When you're in prosperity, it's like, oh, shit, we up, we good. You understand? But we understand both, man. Like Paul said, we know how to abound and abase, man. You understand?
Yeah.
So we're going to go through both on this side, most of the affliction part, because ultimately we're going to get that prosperity part times a million in the kingdom. You
Yeah.
understand? So we're not worried about the affliction that we catch, man. Because the affliction that we catch is for a short season, man.
I'm going to get it.
It's for a short season. Even Yahweh said it. He said your burden is light. Because ultimately, if the Lord is with you, you're going to be all right. You're going to be okay. Once the Lord is with you. So even Yahweh said, like, yo, your burden is light. And when you really check it out, it is. It is, man. Because once you trust in the Lord, once you have that faith, even the faith of a mustard seed, hey, you good, man. You straight. The Lord is going to deliver you every time. It's really the doubt and the panic and the withering that really gets you fucked up, man. Because the Lord don't deal with doubt. The Lord don't deal with worry. The Lord deals with 100% faith, belief, and hope in Him.
Gotcha.
Right?
This is Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Constantly, hell are we catching right now, man? Hell from the woman, hell from the children, hell from the job, be living in the projects, living in the slums,
Yeah.
being ruled over by the so-called white man. This ain't shit.
Yeah.
Compared to what? The glory which shall be revealed.
Yeah.
I think there was more to that, right? So something going to say that we should have received, go through more or something like that?
You want me to read up?
Read down, I think.
Read down, right? All right.
Was it 17? Read down. Can't, because this suffering, man, like Yahweh Shai call it, is a light affliction, right?
All right, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High.
Can't, so that's what we waited on, man. To be manifested in our true forms as the sons of God, man.
Yeah.
That's that.
All right. I could read this and then we could jump back to
That's that.
dropping.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
I'll
cool.
drop
Yeah,
it.
but the point was that, hey, the sufferings, hey, it's really ain't gonna be shit, man. When we look back at it in the kingdom, it's gonna be like, yo, that was it, man. That was it, Lord. For all of this. Oh my God, to water your how about Shimmy was shine, man.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it for eternity of glory, eternity of power, 100% righteous is. Even what I'm saying right now can't compare to how it's going to really be, man. How we're going to be like, yo, blown away.
Yeah.
Eyes have not seen, nor ears have heard what the Lord has prepared for them that love Him, man. Hey, that keeps you going, man. It's another thing that keeps you going. The kingdom, man. Hey, the kingdom, man. Like knowing that, yo, one day, man, we're gonna be in the kingdom, brothers and sisters. Man.
Yeah. This is John 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions.
God going is really into the planets, different planets and galaxies, so on and so forth.
If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you.
God, so if it was not so, Yahushua wouldn't like us. So we have galaxies and planets waiting for us, man. Great things waiting for us, man. If we endure, if we overcome.
Enough more proof. Isaiah 40:22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. That's all right.
And that's the Lord, man, the Most High. You know what I mean? Himself, Yahweh, sit upon the circle of the earth, man.
Yep. That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
God, so hey, going into the different galaxies. Hey, shit, man.
Space is infinite. He's constantly expanding
Yep.
it.
And that's gonna be the reward for the elect, man. That was really predestinated from the beginning. That's really we in the kingdom in another time dimension, man.
Yeah.
And just like you have a movie, it's a movie, you can fast forward and rewind. If you fast forward a movie, that's how we in the kingdom kicking Esau's ass,
Yes.
living it up, 100% righteous, living like what the scriptures say, man.
Yeah.
Experiencing these things, experiencing the different galaxies, Milky Way, so on and so forth, planets, man. We there, man, in another dimension. We already in the kingdom, man. Understand? But we in this present time, we working towards to catch up to that part, man.
Yeah.
You understand? But we understand
we're bound to this timeline, but
Yep.
how about Shem Yahushua and those brothers that went on, they're not bound to this realm we're in right now.
Yeah, that's why they say ancient of days. That's how they refer to the Most High. As the Most High is outside of the realm of time, man.
Yeah.
Especially the realm of our time. You understand? This earthly time, man.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because these chains of darkness, these bodies is holding these bodies are holding our spirit down.
Hell yeah, definitely. Because we want to be 100% righteous, man. We yearn the spirit yearns to be 100% righteous. And because we in this flesh, we in this body, we in this wicked world, so we can't be there, man. But really in the spirit, if it's up to us, we be 100% righteous, man, in the spirit. That's an Israelite spirit, is to be 100% righteous.
Romans 8:20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope.
Constantly subject to vanity, man. Worthlessness. We subject to sin. You know what I mean? Because we in these bodies that are subject to sin. Therefore, we subject to death, man. That's why we need those new bodies, man. 1 Corinthians 15 talks about that. Man.
Got it.
Okay, bring it out. Yeah, that's the spirit.
1 Corinthians 15:52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
Kind of going into what? The salvation from the nuclear missiles, man. You know what I mean? The dead in Yahushua, they're going to be resurrected into the chariots, and we're going to meet them. Those that are upon the earth, when we get saved, we're going to meet them in the chariots, and we're going to be what? New bodies, man.
Yeah.
What brothers like to say, what? Extraterrestrial bodies, man. 100% righteous, man. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be like these mortal bodies, man. But basically spiritual power type bodies, man. Hey, that in and of itself is going to be an experience, man, that we can't even truly explain on this side, right?
1 Thessalonians 4:17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Goes into the brothers that martyred in Yahushua, and the brothers that here up on earth, and then came back up, man. You know what I mean? Or the brothers that died in Yahushua and that were martyred, and then came back up, man.
1 Corinthians 15:53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
God, this corruptible must put on what? Incorruption. That this body is corruptible, man. In many different ways, man. Corruptible because of sin. Corruptible, you can fall and fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
So it's corruptible across the board, man. Spiritually and physically, it's corruptible. Right?
And this mortal must put on immortality.
So you go into that word mortal, it goes into what? Being subject to death. You know what I mean? When you go back to the French, that's where you get mortgage from, which means death judgment. So mortal meaning that what? Subject to death. We gotta get mortal combat. Meaning combat to the death, basically. Right? You understand? But we're looking for immortality. Where you can't die. You're not subject to death, man. You're invincible, man. Right?
All right. 1 Corinthians 15 and 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Kind. So hey, when we receive those new bodies, then they're gonna be saying we perfect. So hey, ain't no more death for the Israelites, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting on, man. Because we're not made to just be here, man. The Lord has no pleasure in us just being here in America, being niggas, smoking weed. You know what I mean? The Lord don't have no pleasure in that, man. Really, Ella Yashua will say, hey, the Lord ain't have no, really, this is just for a time, man. We're not gonna be preaching the word forever, man. You understand? Just out here. Nah, man, this is for a time, man. This is for a time and a space of time. I'll tell you what, we really get in the kingdom and we really get to that perfection, man. As the Lord wants us to be perfect, man. You understand? The Lord seeking for us to serve Him in truth and sincerity. As really we can't perfectly serve the Lord here on this side, man. We can't keep the Shabbat perfectly. You understand? That's just one, that's a really a major thing. The food that you eat, you don't want the fuck to put in it. Go to these restaurants, we're serving all type of abominable food. So it's all messed up, man. Even if you wanted to be perfect, you couldn't. You understand?
Get both of them cheese.
You couldn't, man. You couldn't, but we want to, man. And that's the Lord wants us to be perfect, man. The Lord really seeks perfection from us, man. That's where the Lord has to get us the hell out of here, man. You know what I mean? The Lord has to get us the hell out of here, man, because this place is sin and wickedness, left, right, and center, man. The Lord has to get us, gotta get us those new bodies, man, and ultimately into the kingdom, man, where we can serve Him in truth and in sincerity and in perfection, man. In perfection, we can serve the Lord in the kingdom, man.
I'm gonna get it right now.
If I can get John 4, let me get that real quick. This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship you know not what. That's these people in the world. They worship in Caesar Borgias. They worship in Allah. They worship in white Jesus, so on and so forth. Ye worship you know not what. And they think they're doing something, but they're not doing nothing. You're really an enemy of the Lord. You worship you know not what. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews.
Salvation is of the Jews. All right. That's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Right now, we can apply that. That's the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Salvation is starting with the elect of them. Those are the people that need salvation in this world. All these other nations have their salvation right now. And we are not jealous. Have your time. Enjoy your little kingdom while it lasts. You join heirs with Esau? Good. Because it's going to be a role reverse soon. Got it.
John chapter 4, verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
And the true worshipers, so with the elect of the nation of Israel, and that's happening now. The tribes are waking up. Because the gutter rats over there in the land of Israel are not the Lord's people. Then they get there from the Balfour Declaration.
Definitely, yeah.
They're not, because if the righteous when the righteous are in authority, the people gonna rejoice. The wicked is bearing rule right now. That's why the people are mourning. What the hell is this? What the hell are these kikes mourning? What are they wanting? They own everything, yo. So you mean to tell me they got everything honestly and they just came up that fast? They just came up in a prosperity that quick? Get the fuck out of here. Right?
Nah, this is their world, man.
Those people that you said are the lost people, they benefited off the slave trade and drug trade. And regular trade. You know what I mean? They the ones that give these presidents their marching orders to go over there and send the troops to invade other lands and take resources, man.
Hey,
They pulling the strings behind.
you said low-key they was behind in cahoots with that thing that happened in Venezuela, man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Venezuela doesn't acknowledge this, does not acknowledge the state of Israel, man. It doesn't, and that was like an interview that they did, like, oh yeah, Venezuela, one of them, Amalekites will say, oh yeah, Venezuela, that's one of the places. You know what I'm saying? The government don't recognize the state of Israel, man. So we got to do something about it, man.
Yeah. The least of the flock shall draw them out. That land of Israel gonna get these nations trapped up in World War III. The major part of World War III. Because we're in the midst of that now. Got it.
Khan. But the hour coming and now is when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeking such to worship him.
That's right, and the only ones that could worship the Lord, the only ones that could worship Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is the nation of Israel. You know, these heathens' prayers are not acknowledged. The only ones that's the Lord's people are the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, starting with the elect. Right?
That was another. I didn't feel like 2 seconds ago.
Destruction.
Okay, come.
You
This is the
know?
book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse.
Because we in the midst of we're in the midst of World War III. The nation shall hate the whore. America is always in these other nations' business and stealing. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill. We could apply that to Esau right now.
Oh, that is Esau, yeah.
You know?
There's something for that. Yeah. Psalm chapter 55. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
That's the so-called white man. Any nation that's at peace with him, mainly the nation of Israel, he comes through as a serpent and then he overthrows them. Takes their resources, enslaves them, and murders. Kills.
Khan.
And he makes an excuse on why he do it. He makes his victims the enemy. He makes his victim, what does he do? He demonizes his victims.
Got it. Yep, and that's the same old playbook, man. He demonize the people that he fucking over, man.
And then the resources that he want to taken, the people over there ain't gonna benefit from it.
Hell no.
They're not gonna benefit.
And he talking about we're gonna free the Venezuelan people, man.
It's not your job to free anybody. Mind your business. That's why you're gonna be nuked, yo. That's why you're gonna be nuked, man. And the remaining of you are going into slavery, man.
Hey,
Right hand. That's why the remaining of you are gonna go into captivity, man.
Hey, Habakkuk talks about that. He neither keep it at home.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yo, I could go to your house and try to govern your crib and tell you how to run your crib. You see how that sound?
That's the devil. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as we had peace with him. He had broken his covenant.
Every agreement, every contract. Look what he did to the northern kingdom. Look what he did to the southern kingdom. Look what he's doing constantly now. They've been knew that those reserves was over there. Esau's strategic in what he does. He been knew them of that oil reserve and all them that was there. He was going to do that when the time was right after he's strategic. After he does what he does in this country, that country, that country. All right, we're going to put this on the back burner. We're going to get them later. You know?
And Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah, so-called white man, he speaks peace, and he speaks, we're going to free this people. We're going to liberate these people.
Coming to bring democracy.
We coming to bring democracy, which is that philosophy that destroys the people. But then he got that weapon, which is forked tongue, man.
Done. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but
his liberation means enslavement and debt.
Done. But war was in his heart.
War is in his heart. We're just talking about Caucasians and so-called white men. Esau, that they are the physical devil, the physical Satan.
Done. But war was in his heart.
War was in his heart.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
His words softer than oil, but they drawn swords, man. Look, they went over there to Venezuela, they did that. You know, this man's always stealing nature's resources. Who are you to liberate anybody or go to do anything when you done enslaved the whole nation in the land that you stolen?
Yeah.
What gives you the right to go to any nation and dictate policy, yo?
That's a script. That's a prophecy, man. You gotta keep it at home. Man.
You know, keep it home. The
That's
scripture
hell
say
and
that, and that's talking about the so-called white man. He has death. Wherever he goes, he creates famine, death. He pillaged the whole fucking planet, man. And this is why America gonna be destroyed. This is why the land of Israel is gonna be destroyed. It's judgment from the Most High. There's nothing you can do about it. No voting, no none of that shit. No peace treaties. It ain't happening. It ain't stopping its destruction.
Psalm 55, verse 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
Yeah, so we cast our burdens upon the Lord. We're not going to be moved. We got faith that we're going to be delivered. We have faith that the Lord is going to take this man out of power soon, man.
Yep.
We believe it. We already know. We just waiting. We just watching the show. We watching everything unfold, man. And we have joy every time this kingdom falls. I mean, it dropped down a notch.
It's one step closer to perdition.
Yeah. So we not for the prosperity of America. We glad this place about to be new.
I got some Numbers chapter 23, verse 19. The Most High Yahweh is not a man that he should lie.
The Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Most High, is not a power that lie. The Lord said this place is sanctioned for nuclear destruction, and it's going to happen.
God, it must happen, man. Or else that will make the Lord a liar, man. If America is not destroyed, if America doesn't fall, that will make the Lord a liar, man. That will make the Bible a liar.
Every kingdom fell. America's no exception.
God, but that's a crazy thing, man.
Yo, these people look like this can't happen. We are in the nuclear age. What makes you think that America is going to stand?
It's because these people that have that great delusion, that have great pride.
You're delusional.
You have that pride, man. That
American pride. Yeah. The Romans thought they wouldn't fall either, man. The Greeks thought they wouldn't fall. The Persians thought they wouldn't fall. The Babylonians thought they wouldn't fall.
Yep. Every kingdom was like that. Yes.
Every kingdom fell.
They all fell, man.
NATO, the EU, America, the harlot that sits on the beast, will fall. Every kingdom fell. America's no exception.
But you know what what it has to be, man? The Lord, because
I'm sorry, brother, but these are the people that say, oh, I'm educated. Well, then, you're educated, you should know all these other kingdoms fell.
Man, but the Lord have them blinders on them, man.
Yeah.
The Lord wants them to put up a great price, like the Apostle to always say. This is a place, a great altar, ready for a great sacrifice, man.
You people don't got the spiritual Hoffman lenses on. Y'all have the Hoffman lenses. You remember the movie They Live? They don't got the Hoffman lenses or the contacts.
They're lost in the
People
sauce.
are asleep.
But it's a beautiful thing, man.
You gonna wake up when the sky flashes, though. When them nuclear missiles detonate at that altitude, then you gonna understand, yo.
Oh, the scripture saying that Ezekiel, then shall they know.
Yeah.
So,
You know?
Then shall they know. If you look at Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
Yep.
Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
Then you gonna know a prophet been among you. Because we ain't telling you that you got 20, 50 years to enjoy your life. Nah, this is a generation, this is a time that nuclear destruction will happen here in America, which is Babylon the Great. The land of Israel will be nuked. Certain other parts of the planet gonna be nuked because the earth is gonna whirl to and fro. So you're gonna have disasters taking place because of that nuclear detonations, man, taking place.
Come on, this is look at 2nd Ezra, chapter 8. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
Many great miseries. What are those miseries? Global starvation. It's going to be a nationwide famine. Those executive orders talk about closing all the commerce movement to take over farmland, man. So your money is not going to mean anything. They're going to stop that money flow, man. Your money going to be worthless.
And the Revelation goes into
Which
that.
executive order is that? Well, first and foremost, Revelation, the scriptures speak it. But for those that don't read the scriptures, your executive orders, 11490, talks about relocating citizens to them concentration camps, cutting off power, cutting off water, electricity, shutting down all food, and confiscating what you have. Huh?
Was it in Revelation or is it a penny?
Oh yeah, Revelation 6 chapter, I don't know if it's verse 4, but you can look at it. I think it's Revelation 6 and 4. A measure of wheat, you know, a penny. That penny is a day's wage.
Yeah, I got it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third piece say, come and see. And behold, lo, a black horse.
Black horse, that's famine, death. Go ahead.
Lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
That represents slavery and judgment. Go ahead.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny.
A measure of wheat for a penny. A penny is a day's wage. In the Roman Empire, that was a wage for a soldier, a centurion. In the Roman Empire, that was a wage for a centurion. But this is going into inflation, hyperinflation.
Yep. And 3 measures of barley for a penny.
So that means that the money gonna be hyperinflated.
Basically, think about it this way, right? For a meal.
The Weimar Republic, right?
Yeah, it's time. So you're gonna have to work a whole day for a meal, man. So say you get a meal from Chipotle or something. That's like $12, $15, man.
Yeah.
But guess what? You might earn like $200 a day.
A loaf of bread might be a cheap
Yeah.
soon, yo.
So basically, you're gonna have to pay $200, whatever $250 that you make for a day, just for a Chipotle meal, man. You understand? You're gonna have to pay a day's wage just to eat for that day. So just to give you some common dynamics, man. So for a Chipotle meal, they're gonna be like $250, man. Just to put it in perspective, man.
Yeah.
Like the brother said, a loaf of bread might be $100, man.
Yep.
You understand? Just to eat, it's gonna be hundreds of dollars, man, just for one meal.
Yeah. So that means you wealthy people gonna become targets. That's why we do the Lord's work, because we're in fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And we already know how they get down. They ain't playing no games. So we're afraid of that. And we want to be protected during this time. Or have the spirit to endure whatever hardship we have to endure. We pray for that too. So it's gonna be hyperinflation. Those are them troubling times and many great sorrows. Don't forget, there's gonna be a pestilence that's gonna make the Black Plague look like a regular cold, man. You're gonna have people just dropping dead within a day or two. You know? So, and nobody's gonna be able to bury those bodies or burn them. So that's gonna cause more death. You know what happens when you don't burn a body or bury it? It causes disease, man.
Got a good precept. 2 Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth.
Yeah, so your food, things are gonna be cheap. You're good, so you're gonna think you're in good case. When they say peace and safety, oh, we prospering. That's a trick bag.
Which is even right now, man. That shit is cheap compared to how it's gonna be in the future, man. And it could probably get cheaper. We're gonna see on the lower plate, but compared to how shit is gonna be when shit is a fan, the inflation that we're going into in Revelation 6, shit is still cheap right now, man. Because you can still survive off of your wages.
The people got their foodies back.
Yep.
They got their foodies back. You know what I mean? They got the food stamps, the foodies.
That card is jingling right
You know what I mean? They get the little cash, they can buy them feet, the new feet. I mean, their sneakers.
Hey, tax
You know
return
what I mean?
season, man.
Tax returns season. All right.
Yep.
See, we already know, like, no matter what industry you in, that shit can shut down. Whether healthcare, medical, nursing, doctor, hospital could go under. Whatever other industry you in could go under. So we not ignorant of this thing.
It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Yep, they got the foodies back. I don't know, the wickets intact. You know. You know you got your job, whatever, your hustles. Everybody think they good right now, all right? Well, we already know, like, it ain't gonna always be so.
Right.
And looking like yo, and then the what's the Section 8, the housing,
Right.
yo, in New York, Nitrous selling a lot of their properties and renting it out. I was talking to people like, we looking like, yo, that shit like
It's only been 2 days for a fully
10, 15 years. I'm just making a number, but they selling shit off, man. You know, because, now I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I know they selling shit off.
It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth.
Evils, bad times gonna grow upon the earth.
That's right. It says, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Sword, death by the gun, by weapon, economics, and famine, and pestilence, and great confusion.
And great confusion.
People is not gonna, is the sun and the moon not gonna give us light. All right? So your brilliant, so-called brilliant people, they ain't gonna know what's going on.
Right.
They're not gonna have the answers. The minute of the Lord, it's gonna be a famine of the word. So the people gonna know that this is of the Most High. that this is of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And they're going to want answers from the prophets. And the prophets are no longer going to be teaching.
Them so-called enlightened ones are not going to have answers for you when that time comes. This economic collapse is going to be epic.
See, the men of the Lord, we in a rehearsal, we going over this. Remember the book of Eli? He wound up knowing the scriptures off the top. The Lord gonna have it, Lord, when we elect to where we've been rehearsing, reading, so we know that this is of the Most High. You don't get the check, rehearsing the prayers, reciting the prayers, and everything that the brothers mentioned, like everything going, if you're a man of the Lord, everything gonna come back to mind that what we've been rehearsing. You know?
Hey, people might seem like what we're saying over and over, week in and week out is redundant. They might think it's redundant. Right? But at the same time, the Lord is preparing the elect. Scriptures say wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. You know what I'm saying? So in that time, all hell's breaking loose and there's nowhere to turn. Guess what? The Lord's going to bring these scriptures on our mind, and we're going to remember that wisdom is in us. We're preparing day in and day out for all hell to break loose, for absolute chaos and anarchy to take place.
Just like when you was in school, you had the spelling test or whatever, you studying the words and this and that, and then you'll switch them out of order just in case. Well, we've been precept upon precept here and there. You know, I'm not a concordance, but the whatever the little I remember, I can, Lord willing, I hold that during the time of
Are you guys the black Hebrew Israelites?
not black, just
Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, we're not black. But black meaning void of judgment, void of knowledge, void of light.
Are y'all streaming?
Yep.
Can I hear some knowledge or something? I'm like, look, curious.
Bring it up.
What's your nationality?
I'm Haitian.
Okay, so
Levi.
you're an Israelite from the tribe of Levi according to the scriptures.
Am I? Well, where can I read more about the scripture?
On what? That you're an Israelite?
Yeah.
Well, get Deuteronomy 28:68.
You got that off the dome.
How did the
Wow.
Haitians get to Haiti?
Off the dome.
Was it slave ships?
Oh,
There you go.
beautiful you said that.
I just
Bring
said
it on,
it's the
bro.
book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28,
Uh-huh.
and verse 68.
Yeah.
And it reads, it says, and the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
God, so the Lord shall bring, and this is talking to the children of Israel. So the Lord is speaking to the children of Israel. What does Deuteronomy 1:1 real quick? Because the book of Deuteronomy is during the time of the Exodus. I don't know how familiar it is with the Bible, but the children of Israel, they had an Exodus out of Egypt because they was in captivity and slavery in Egypt.
So we came from Israel to Egypt, then to Haiti?
They're at different points in history, but this is going way back before Haiti. You understand? Going
Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan.
God, so this be the words. So the book of Deuteronomy is addressed to who?
Kind of like Mikhail Bridges.
The children of Israel. Come on, go ahead.
On this side Jordan in the wilderness.
Come on, but jump back to Deuteronomy 28:68. So we see that the book of Deuteronomy is addressed to the Israelites. So now this particular verse is addressed to the Israelites. Deuteronomy 28:68. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
God, so the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt represented captivity. Because the children of Israel was in Egypt for 400 plus years. Back in thousands of years ago, they was in slavery. So the Lord is saying, you're going to go through slavery again, but with what?
Again with ships.
So with ships. So like you just said, you don't need a ship to go from Israel to Egypt. Because it's land. It's all one land.
They walked.
Yeah, they walked. But he said, you're going to go into Egypt again with ships. Egypt meaning what? Slavery. So he's telling the children of Israel, going back thousands of years before it happened, that you're going to go into slavery again with ships.
So are we in Egypt right now?
Spiritually, yeah.
I get it. Wait, I'm going to answer. We're going to answer with the scripture. Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
God, so America is modern day Egypt.
I've heard that Memphis was the modern day Cairo. Is that true?
Yeah, but Memphis is just an ancient
Behind the Met. that Egyptian obelisk that they brought over there and put it over there? What's on your U.S. monetary, that dollar, that debt note?
Oh, it's the pyramid, right?
Yeah.
Egyptian. Why would an Egyptian pyramid be on American fiat?
That don't make sense.
I couldn't tell you.
You know what? Yeah.
Because this is Egypt. This is spiritually Egypt.
America models itself after Egypt, and when you go into the word Egypt itself, is a Greek word Egyptos, which means bondage or slavery. Because when the Greeks conquered Egypt, at one point in time, they saw the great pyramids and stuff, and they said this must be a land that was built through great bondage. Bondage meaning slavery. So the Lord is saying in Deuteronomy 28:68, we're going to go into slavery again with ships. Ships meaning what? The same slave ships that you mentioned. So that's how your people got to Haiti. That's how African Americans got to America. Jamaicans got to Jamaica, so on and so forth. That's how so-called Negroes, black people, got to the Western Hemisphere.
So would you say we're still in a state of slavery right now?
Yeah,
definitely.
I got something. This is Ezekiel 28:5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
That's talking about the so-called white man, man. Because traffic just goes into commerce and business. Because what was the business? What was the merchandise? It was you and me. You understand? Our ancestors, what? They took us from West Africa. You understand? The different, like the French, they had Haiti, right?
Yeah.
So they bought you. But and another thing, we're not indigenous Africans, man. Because the indigenous Africans and the Arabs over there in Africa selling us to the so-called white man, whether it's the French, the Dutch, the Americans, the Portuguese, so on and so forth. So they were selling us, and what was happening? They was putting us on the ships that Deuteronomy 28:68 was talking about.
And that's old money.
So what are your thoughts on Palestine?
Nah, but you have to be one thing at a time. The main thing you got to worry about is you being an Israelite.
So
you said you were Haitian, so you were Israelite.
I mean, I still got to worry about the people in Gaza, though, right?
No, because really, salvation only pertaining onto the children of Israel.
Are they not the children of Israel? They were there.
Nah, they're not the children. They're Ishmaelites, the Arabs. Arabs and Israelites are two different people.
Well, how do we escape from this state of slavery?
I'm going to tell you right now, you have to come back to the Lord. The Lord, the true God of heaven and earth, is their names in the Hebrew is Yahweh is the Father's name, and Yahweh Shai is the Son's name. Yahweh being God, Yahweh Shai being who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's the God of the Israelites. That's the only God. And really, when you understand the scriptures, you're going to come to understand that the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites. He's not dealing with any other people. And the Israelites are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Because every other nation has their salvation. The Lord is fair when He let every nation rule, and we're not in disagreement. And we suffering right now. So in the kingdom, when all the other nations got to go into captivity, don't cry. Just take it. You know what I mean? Because we took it to the chin.
So you have to worry about yourself. You gotta worry about the Haitians, man. You gotta worry about how you have to worry about how you're gonna get saved. Really, you have to worry about how you're gonna get saved, because destruction is coming to America, man. The Bible talks about the nuclear destruction of America.
And it's coming too. Nuclear destruction is coming very soon. I know.
The
We know. Yeah.
The Bible talks about that.
Not even biblical. That's just like happening.
What do you think it's coming?
It's coming very soon.
Very soon. This place is a hot zone.
Yeah, we'll be prepared. Yeah, New York, 100%. We'll be prepared. But we gotta go. But thank you for dropping some knowledge.
Appreciate you.
All right, bro.
All right, later.
Appreciate that. All right, man. You are Israelite, man.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Shalom. Which other two, they could be two, but we don't know. We didn't inquire too much. But that guy, he's an Israelite.
You know, he came up with a humble spirit too. You know, wanting to learn.
He was kind of messing around a little bit, but
right.
he's a simple-minded Jake. He might be 19, 20 years old, simple-minded.
Young.
Yeah, they might be heathen, so that kind of fucks him up too. So we don't know, but
I just wanted to point those out. I didn't want to interrupt, but I didn't want to just be standing around like this.
Yeah, and you can tell because he immediately mentioned what?
Palestinians.
The Palestinians. You know what I'm saying? And that's classic Jake for you. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about these other nations and worrying about, the state of these other nations versus worrying about, look at all the hell that the nations be catching, man.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
And Haiti's a shithole, man.
Haiti's right. So you should have mentioned that first.
Yeah.
Before you say anything about some damn Palestinians.
Yeah, he's like, what would have
I
been
got a stupid
Palestinian?
question. Do the other nations worry about us?
Right. Do they
No,
ever ask about you?
no. Other nations don't inquire about you, so why would you care about the other nations?
And the Palestinians ain't worried about you, man. I know that for a fact. Because I grew up amongst Palestinians, man, down in the islands, man. And they all about setting up shop, corner stores and shit, and making money off of you jigs, man. Setting up furniture stores, setting up corner shops, and making money off of you jigs, man. Guess what? A lot of them Palestinians here in America or down in the islands or down in South America that making money, they don't care about the Palestinians in Palestine. What proves that? DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled is a Palestinian. You ever heard him mention anything about the Palestinians in Palestine?
No.
Nah. So they don't give a fuck. They doing their own thing. So why would we give a fuck about Palestinians, man? Well, you have the John 4 and 22.
John 4 and 22, it says, ye worship, ye know what? Sasaki, ye worship, ye know not what.
So these heathen nations, they don't know what they're worshiping. Them Palestinians, they worshiping Allah, man. They're not worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So they're getting what they deserve. And first of all, they're not the people of the land, man. The Arabs, man. And Arabs and Israelites are two different lineages, man. And Arabs don't have they are not slated for salvation. Right?
It says, we know what we worship.
We know what we worship, man. And as a Haitian, so-called Haitian, you realize worshiping what we worshiping, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
It says, for salvation is of the Jews.
For salvation is of the Jews. So like that Jake, which common response, well, I gotta worry about them because don't God worry about it. Nah, Jake. Salvation is for you, man.
And you see, I don't know if you say the other dude, his other buddies, they could have been Jake. You see, he didn't disagree. The dude that could have, the dude, he could.
Yeah, the white dude didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't disagree because we wasn't coming on violence. We was bringing out spiritual facts.
Yeah, he put his head down actually and just listened. Put his head down, turned his ear, and he listened.
Because I was like, how did the Haitians got there? The so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't buck up, so we don't know. They could be, they could not be. But ultimately,
in the private schools, they gotta go through certain history that's on point. They gotta know certain things, you know what I mean?
And as the spirit you said that, they probably from private school, some private school jigs, man. Some private school cats.
The Marmara, I don't want to keep blabbering, but the Marmara, I think it's Marmara or whatever, it's over there, East Harlem or whatever. That's school, that private school. Each semester is like $6,000 and change. And really in ESO world, that's low end.
That's cheap.
In ESO world, that's low end. But in $6,000, it was 2 semesters every school year. It's 2 semesters,
yeah, every
right?
2 years.
So yeah, it's 13 G's or whatever.
Yeah, but like you said, that's low budget for ESO. You understand?
You know?
But nonetheless, they could have been Israelites. Well, the dude, in fact, he was a so-called Haitian. But hey, you gotta worry about yourself, man. You gotta worry about your own salvation.
Right.
Understand?
I don't know if y'all caught, but the kid next to him, he said, you mentioned Ethiopia, he said, I'm Ethiopian.
I think he said he's Egyptian.
Egyptian, that's what he said. He said, I'm Egyptian. Yep.
Which could be a Jake, could not. But
Jake could not, right?
we gonna see. But nonetheless, you Israelites, you gotta worry about yourself, man.
Yeah.
You gotta worry about how you gonna get right, man. If you're a Puerto Rican, you gotta worry about Puerto Ricans, man. You're Mexican, so on and so forth. Really gotta worry about the 12 tribes.
And this should show you we not in our rest, because like if you so-called, if you're a Jake and got so-called money, you can't send your school, you can't send your children to the regular school. You know what I mean? Because you got niggas jacking motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So they gotta be amongst the heathen. Yeah. You get me? That's what I'm trying to bring it home. Like, yo,
for a better.
You know what I mean? If you got so-called wealth, you can't send your children to a regular. So they gotta be amongst the heathen. And now they thinking, oh, Billy's my friend.
What about the good white?
I'm sorry.
About the good,
Yeah. That's why you gotta lay down the law, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man, you were Israelite. So even if you send your kids to private school, man, you gotta still let them know, man. Unless proven otherwise, you could guarantee that this white-looking motherfucker, he's a jit.
That's right.
He's an Edomite otherwise, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You understand?
Yep.
Unless you could prove through the spirit, like, yeah, this motherfucker is jit. But you gotta lay it down, man. Brothers with children, yeah, you might want to send them to private school, like the elder was saying. But you gotta let them know, man, who's who, man. Yeah, Puerto Rican, all right, that's your people, man. That's your people, man. That's Jamaican, that's your peoples, man. Edomite, a Portuguese or like a Spaniard or Englishman, hey, they're not your people, man. Even an Italian, they gotta prove themselves. Like, all right, okay, you probably a Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? An Arab, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know, yeah, that's an issue. Like, You gotta put them up on game, man.
Right.
Your children, they're amongst these people. You gotta put them up like knowing who's who, even from a young age, man. Really, from the time 4 or 5 years old, you gotta putting them up on game about who is who, man. Who is their peoples and who is not their peoples, man. You understand?
Right. Hey, and just to prove that point about you never know if he's a Jake. My eldest brother had a seed, had three seeds by so-called Irish women. And if you saw them, you would think they was Edomites. Like he looked like just like that kid that was standing there. Right? But they Jakes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta try the spirit by the spirit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the reason why you got Jake that come up, he's Haitian, so-called Haitian. The reason why he would come up and ask about the Palestinians is because here in America, Jake has a comfort in America, you know what I'm saying, to where they get to freely go about these schools and get jobs and opportunities and all these different type of things. So they feel like there's a freedom here, right? And they don't necessarily feel oppressed because that's what he said. He said, do you think we still in slavery now? You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't really understand what oppression really looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't know his history, right? At any time, you're not a sovereign people. When you're not in rulership, man, you in slavery, basically.
Me and y'all saying this old job we had, we was out in them Huckleberry towns working to where it's all Edomites, and we bumped into one Jake. He had a 10 as our like he was like in the kingdom because he saw us and he was like, yo, we talked to him. He was like, yo, we know you catching hell. And he was like scared to answer, like he shook his head. Like he didn't even want us to, he would have stayed, he would have kept talking to us until the daybreak, yo. You know what I mean? And we had to go continue to work, but we could tell he was like he was trapped.
He was in get out. He was in a get out.
Yeah. I ain't gonna. Y'all say yeah, and he could vouch for what I'm saying. You know, because one more thing. When we worked, as soon as we got in that town, we hit the gas station. We had people saying, "Yo, everybody in town is excited. You guys are here." What guys? You know, did you see the racism in that?
That's
everybody.
upstate.
Now he's in PA way out some motherfucking way. You know? But you got it.
I got a quick precept. I was going to actually bring this out to the young Jake to get him to understand. We was going to Deuteronomy 28, you know, saying how the Lord would bring us into Egypt again with ships. And a lot of the questions that we have is, well, why? You know what I'm saying? I was going to bring this out. Baruch 4:6 says, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies.
Not for our total destruction is because what? You have to pay for our transgressions. Man. That's why we went into Egypt again with ships. And it was spiritual. He said, and that's how the Haitians got to hear. He said, with ships. By slave ship. Right on point with the scriptures, Jake. That's right. Now we're going to see if and ultimately it's up to the Lord. We planted that seed. Now it's up to him to, because he know about the Israelites. He's like, oh, you a black Hebrew Israelites?
So they walked past,
and they came
stopped,
turned
around. They chatted with each other and turned back around.
You black Hebrew Israelites? So they know about the Israelites, right? So now it's up to the Lord whether he gonna wake that Jacob. Right? But we did our work on.
And he asked, he said, well, how do I learn more? How do I learn about the Bible? Like where do I go? You know what I'm saying? And the true, honest answer is you gotta hearken to the prophets. You know, like the brother said, if it be the Lord's will, he'll open up your spirit to, if it be the Lord's will, he'll open up your spirit to it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like America gonna be destroyed by missiles. This is judgment of the Lord. We prophesying and talking about what the so-called white man did to our people. So spread the word. America's out of here. All right, you have a good day, man. Enjoy the kingdom while it lasts.
Yeah, you had your fun. Yeah, and that's good though, because you come up here, you act like a clown, right?
Yeah.
And you just get marked for judgment.
You
So
get your
good.
judgment.
Yeah, he might be, he look like a fucking heathen. Could be a Jake, but he's a heathen.
But he'll be a Jake and a heathenistic custom, just die, and he get it right on the next side.
Yeah,
He'll be good again.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the folly that we see here in America. Because what's the play here? Like, what's the, you know what I'm saying? What do you get out of that? What do you get out of turning your phone, recording us, and laughing and walking away like you a kid? That's a grown ass man, dog. What's the play here? Like, what's the point? You know?
It's all laugh now, die later.
Yeah.
You know?
I got it right here. Matthew chapter 12. Matthew 12, chapter 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, and that's not just basically words, that's actions too, man.
Yeah.
That bullshit that you doing. Yeah, I'm gonna lie with you. Look at these niggas.
We locked in. We locked in now. We not falling off the deep end, tossing your ass in the street or whatever. Nah, we gonna let the Lord deal with you.
Yep.
We locked in.
And these people are so demonic. It's because they see the light. They want to get all up in it. They want to. It turns them up, man.
They gonna go viral. They gonna go viral real soon, yo.
That's how bugged up these people are, man. If it wasn't live, they'll just keep walking. But these niggas live, oh shit. That's why we live in a Looney Tune, bugged out, folly driven, bugged out world, man. That everybody think it's games, man.
Right.
Hopefully them GoPro walkers, you know how you can look on YouTube and watch people walking through the whole city or whatever.
I do that, yeah.
Hopefully one of them motherfuckers see the brothers teaching. You know what I mean? Like I saw a brother just watching the video. My cousin's from New York, but they moved down there.
Okay.
Maybe sometimes he just watched the city on YouTube, people walking by.
Yeah, I do that too.
And I was at his crib, and I saw one of the brothers when he used to work with the post office.
Oh,
I was like, yo, I saw you. I was like, yo, I saw you on the joint.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
spirit,
mean?
man. That's the spirit.
but it's a lot, brothers.
Nah, but yeah, these people, and this is a Looney Tune, bugged out world, man.
Yep.
But guess what? You're gonna pay the price for that every idle word, every other action that you do, man. Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Yep.
That's all the bullshit that they do, walking past, saying, doing, little bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, they're gonna have to give account for it.
That's right.
In the day of judgment. And you might be surprised, man. That day of judgment come tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Because the Lord's judgment come forth every day. It come forth after the nigga left, man. Get hit by a bus, man. You understand? You never know, man. Because the Lord bring forth that judgment right away, man. Instantaneous judgment. The Lord don't gotta wait until the missiles fly.
Right.
A lot of people, you're gonna get got way before that, man. And the Lord might raise you back up to get hit with the missiles when the missiles hit, man. Double judgment.
This one chick was said this on my job, so like she thought I worked there for years. She was like, you got motherfuckers here 10 years, don't got cars, don't got this in the same position. I responded, I was like, I haven't been here that long. This bitch ain't even gonna pass probation on the job to get the job. She don't know that though. Just because she made that remark, the Lord her shit just spiraling downhill. She not even gonna fucking get hired, yo. She gonna do all of that shit and they gonna boot her.
Hey, every idle word.
Yeah. They just having her do all of this shit, they gonna boot her, yo. She even gonna make the cut.
Yeah. Because the Lord could get you. You people that come up against us even in the world, the Lord gets you too, man.
Yeah.
You understand? Different snares that you might set or different bullshit you don't know who you're talking to, man. You don't know who you're talking to, man. And the Lord get your ass for that, man. As we serving the Lord, you not. We serving the Lord, you not. So the Lord get your ass quick, man.
Right, and what we are doing, this work that we do, this warning that we coming out here with, this ain't no game. This ain't no shit you want to play with. And the Lord don't play about his men, and he don't play about his word. So you coming up acting like this is a big ass game, you playing with something very precious to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And it's not a good thing. I got a quick precept, Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignities, and the rich sit in low place.
Everybody, folly, man. Everybody want to go viral. Everybody want to be noticed. The stupidness. People just walking. They walking on their phone, not even paying attention to traffic.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They could just stumble across a fucking, what's some shit's called with the manholes and don't even know it, you know? These motherfuckers are zombies, glued in their phone.
Yep.
Some of them got kids wandering on the edge of the platform in the subway while they on a goddamn phone. social media.
And it says the rich stay in low place. That's how much the elect. The children of Israel, guys. We on the bottom, man, in this society. Children of Israel. And like that Jake said, we said it's good again, nigga. Like you said perfectly. If you're not in rulership, you're really in slavery. And who's in rulership? The so-called white man. The white man runs things. So yeah, if you're not in rulership, you're in slavery. You understand? There's different types, different levels to it. We're not in hardcore slavery. But we're nonetheless still in slavery. We're still subject to the laws of the so-called white man. He runs this world, man. Niggas don't.
Niggas definitely don't.
Gun. And everybody knows that, man. The so-called white man runs the world, man. These different heathens. And you Jakes, you know that too, man. You Jakes, you definitely know that, man. This is the white man's world, man.
I got a quick precept, and this is an example of what the brother's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hardcore bondage, it's hardcore slavery, and there's, what we're experiencing now, right? So Jeremiah 17:4 says, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
We discontinue from our heritage. We no longer considered as the nation of Israel. We lost the Most High's name, the Most High Son's name. We lost Yahweh Shai's name,
right.
Our identity, all right, our homelands, all right, and we served our enemies. Who are enemies? These other nations, starting first and foremost Esau, you Caucasians. We serve who do we work for? Who do we go to get our material, our clothes? Oh, you can make your own clothes. Where do we go to get the material? Where will you go to get the machines to process certain things? To these other nations.
For the want of all things.
One of all things. Where you go to get the permission, the privilege to open a business? So you all these people are, I'm a boss. There's still gonna be a bigger boss over you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Jake with that pride.
Yeah,
I got my own business. I don't work for nobody. I don't work for no white man.
No, you just a higher. You're a higher level employee. You don't even own your home. You're a higher tenant. What's the word tenant for? Even when you own your home, it's just that word when they think they own it, but you're just a higher level tenant.
Landowner?
Or something like that. I forgot the word, so I don't want to say it and go off.
Landlord?
That or something else. When you own the home, it's still like I'll find it when I get the chance.
Yeah, because you might own the home, but you don't own the land that the home is built on.
Yeah.
So you got to pay all these taxes, all these fees, you know what I'm saying? And that's that pride Jakey has, man. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, he's learned that shit from Esau, man. Here in America, in Babylon the Great. That's the type of behavior you learn here, man. When you get prideful, you really be doing that shit against your own people.
Yeah, you stunting on others.
Stunting on Jake, yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, you can have, but you ain't really got shit here in America, man. Because that's what it boils down to, man. If you not in rulership, man, you ain't got shit. Right? If you ain't got servants and slaves, handmaids and servants, man, you ain't got shit, man. We live in a place where you can get these fiat currency, but this is a dying dollar. This is a dying economy. You know what I'm saying? Brothers was going into, how soon come, we gonna see these prices rise, inflation, hyperinflation. You know what I'm saying? Bread's gonna be $50, $100 a loaf. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even gonna be, and to the point where you're gonna have inflation, but then the scriptures talk about the storehouses shall be empty. Right? When that supply chain gets interrupted, how you think the food gonna get here? Right? Because Esau buying up all the farmland. He ain't gonna be producing no crops here. This motherfucker got 3D meat circulating.
It's gonna come a time where a fucking lighter gonna be worth a Rolex.
Right.
Well, to make a fire with that, if you can't take regular wood, just a lighter with lighter fluid gonna be like a fucking Richard Mille watch.
Yeah, a book of matches.
Just to light something, to heat something up. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, kind of.
This is the last one, right?
Let's get this. First Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So, here it is. You can walk up and down the streets now. You can walk into, basically any place. You can still get your check. You can still go to work. You can still go to the grocery store. You can still lay up comfortable. You can still chase these women, and it's all good, right now. But suddenly, right, at the drop of a hat, we're going to see this place utterly destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Once that dollar officially collapses, right, unemployment is already on the rise. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing these plagues and these pestilences take place. Esau ain't got no good intention for 2026 and whatever else is left, man. This man gonna come down with great wrath because he knows that he got for a short time. You know what I'm saying? He know that his kingdom, that this is a failing kingdom. And this is why you see DJ Trump and his administration going about things the way he's going about. Because he's trying to hold up a failing kingdom, a failing society. So he got to take extreme measures and go into Venezuela, drop bombs and airstrikes, and seize the oil fields so he could sort of recover a dying dollar. That's the plan. But Yahweh Shai got different plans. The scriptures say Babylon shall not be healed. All right, so there's no recovering for Babylon. There's no recovering for Esau and his kingdom and his rulership. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And that's the message. Jake, you better get right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because the end of this man's kingdom is at hand, right? And the kingdom of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai is up next. But if you're not a part of the Lord's elect, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be laid waste here in Babylon the Great, in America, right? Jacob's troubles on his way. The hour of temptation, all hell about to break loose. And the end all be all is the nuclear missiles. Yeah. And if you don't get right with your God, with your power, you're going to be missile food, man.
Close out.
I'll close out. Hey, that's the camp for the week, midweek camp. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.